Hello everyone, and welcome again to another LEGO Bionicle video. For today guys, we are going to be reviewing Hydraxon, the Ruthless, and he was kind of like a mentor and leader for the Toamata, but then kind of changed his ways. He has two sides to himself. He has a duplicate, and there's the original Hydraxon, as you all know, and I did mention this in my Let's Build. Now, in terms of the leg build, I can tell you straight away that it's not really unique. It's pretty straightforward. It's plain and simple. There is only literally one upper leg armor shell there, and it's just a standard leg piece, as you can see. Now, overall, you can see how it's quite thin. There isn't really much going on, and you know, in all honesty, I don't really like that idea. What I really like is the mechanism of the leg, or how the knee articulates, because it's kind of like a hydraulic. Can you see how it articulates? It's so nice. It's so fluid. It just works so well, and I really like that. What I also like is just articulation as well. There's good articulation. That's the best thing about the leg build. But other than that, guys, you know, there isn't much going on with the leg build, unfortunately. It's just bland, nothing really going on, and it's a bit squeaky. I don't know why it's squeaky, but yeah, there isn't really much going on, and it's unfortunate, really. It's really unfortunate with these sets that there isn't really anything unique. You know, the only thing I can really say, to be honest, is that he has the articulation structural build just like the Overlord Makuta. As we all know, the Overlord Makuta has, you know, the exact same hydraulic type of, you know, bend and structure and I guess articulation in the knee, but he's heavily armored. The Overlord Makuta is just literally heavily armored with armor shells everywhere. In comparison to the Hydraxon, literally, it's just really unfortunate. It's a big disappointment, but I guess at the end of the day, you can't really do much there. So moving on up towards the upper part of the body, you can see that it's just a standard armor shell there. It's literally just one fixated piece. It's unfortunate that's all there is to the set, literally, and then the thing behind it is just the body, or the body frame piece that connects the limbs, such as the arms and the legs. That is so disappointing, and that's pretty much it. You do have some hoses that kind of stick out, and obviously that's for when he's underwater. That's no surprise there, but other than that, there isn't any good elemental features that I can see about the set that does exist other than the weapons. You know, I guess someone being responsible for the jailer or the pit, you have to imagine that he has to be a strong warrior. And I can definitely see that with Hydraxon. You know, obviously I know that the likes of his armor shells are pretty standard. They're pretty, you know, it's just one connected piece. There isn't really much definition going on. But when you look at the weapons, guys, the weapons honestly are crazy with this dude right here. But before I get into the weapons, just quickly showing you the arm structure. So here is the arm build, as you can see there, guys. It's kind of sad because here this thing flops. I don't like that. I really don't like that. It is quite sad. You know, with the likes of Makuta, he doesn't have that. You know, Makuta? Yes, Makuta. Anyway, here we go. So, continuing onwards, we have this piece here which flops around. That's meant to be a armor shell in the shoulder/arm region. And it's so disappointing that this thing is loose. I don't like that idea. It's something that, you know, should have been improved on, but it wasn't at the time of release and, of course, through design. And just, honestly, it's a big disappointment to see something like that really happen with the set like this. Now, in terms of down here, you can see there is his wrist, and that's literally all it is, guys. It's just that wrist piece there. Let me just zoom in and enhance the image there for you guys. So that's literally all you get given. Other than that, you just have this attachment of the wrist blades, and that's it. There's nothing else. Then you only have the connector piece and just his hands. And guys, let me tell you now, his hand build is so annoying. I don't like the build at all. Now I'll tell you why. Because the pieces are likely to fall off super easily. If you've seen the likes of the Overlord Makuta, his hand structure build is honestly on point. It is strong, firm, solid, great articulation. Now don't get me wrong, this thing has great articulation, but the pieces here are so likely to fall off. Look at that, and the pieces just move around. It's just so bad. I don't know, I don't like it at all, guys. What do you think? Look at that, even this piece just fell off. Something else I really don't like about this set is the fact that you have the two gray pin axles in the leg that are sticking out. I have never seen something like this before. I don't know if this is meant to be something unique about him, but I really don't like that idea. It's so bad, and it just really ruins his leg build there. To me personally, it may not seem like an eye catcher to you all, but to me personally it does. Not only that, you can see there's also a piece sticking out here in the back there. I don't know why that's meant to stick out. Is that my fault? Maybe I did the build wrong, but I tried, I looked around, and I haven't seen any problems with the build. I followed the instructions as it was, and it's weird. I don't know if this is meant to be function for something. If it is, guys, let me know in the comments below. but in honesty, it's a big disappointment that these pieces are sticking out. So points of articulation for the arm there. So of course you can move it up and down. It just really depends on how these boomerang destroying, I can't remember the name, but we'll figure it out soon. You know, it's really bad how articulation is a bit hindered because of the big blades everywhere, and you know, you just got a lot of big pieces that are kind of in the way and making it hard to articulate. But elbow articulation is great. It's only one movement, of course, backwards and forwards. And as for the hands, perfect articulation, but the finger movements are just a bit weird. No thumb though, very surprisingly, but as you can see there, yeah, he doesn't have any thumbs. He's got 4 fingers there, 1, 2, 3, 4, which is yeah, it's a bit odd, but nonetheless, it's I guess it's alright. So now finally looking at head articulation before we get into the weapons. There it is, guys. As you can see, now articulation is a bit, I'm not saying it's hindered, but it can be a bit hard to articulate at times because you have the blades in the way, and because he has these hose attachments connected onto him, giving him oxygen or something like that, I don't know. It can be a bit awkward at times. See what I mean, guys? Moving the head around, but still beautiful articulation there, and you can get some nice poses with him. Look at his beaming yellow. That's kind of like, I think it's trans yellow brainstalk there. Definitely a nice touch to add to him. Kind of beaming yellow eyes there. Pretty cool. So here, guys, is his first set of primary weapons, and they are known as the wrist blades. It was a melee and a ranged combat weapon, so literally used by Hydraxon and his duplicate himself. Used for melee combat and for projectiles, and you can imagine, guys, look at those blades, just a trio of blades there on his arm or his hand, or his wrist I should say. Just look at that. That is crazy, guys. Imagine being slashed with that. I can understand why Jala and Hahali were like, you know, cautious and just trying to be super careful, because Hydraxon is a tough warrior. He was a beast, and definitely an opponent you really don't want to mess with. Because he was, yeah, I get it, because he was literally responsible for the Jailer of the Pit. But he defeated Nocturne also. Like, come on, like, that's crazy, right? I don't know. Pretty beast of a weapon. Kind of like, in a way, he's similar to the Overlord Makuta, because the Overlord Makuta has 3 weapons, except he has 4. But yeah, I don't know. It's quite interesting how he has so many weapons, though. It is unfortunate, though, because those wrist blades cannot move at all, so they are fixated in place by a connector piece, so that kind of sucks. Anyway, moving on back, guys, we have what is known as the boomerang, or the exploding boomerang blades, or just exploding boomerangs. Literally, these things explode. They're used for throwing, and what happens is, as he throws them, if it gets into contact with anyone, or you know, it hits upon impact, boom, they explode, and technically speaking, you are mincemeat. And it's another great weapon, so he literally just whips it out, he throws it, and literally blows up. Not only that, you also have in the back his back blades. Now these back blades are also kind of used as ranged combat weapons, so they do project out. Kind of, it's kind of weird. He can launch them mentally. I don't know how that works, but he can launch them from his brain somehow, and then they fly out. So he doesn't necessarily have to pick them out and use them, but these things can move. It's got articulation there, so you can kind of pose it to however you want. Obviously, just depending on the hoses and how you articulate the head will determine how much articulation you can really get with the back blades there. But yeah, those are the back blades. He somehow uses his mind to throw them. I don't know how that works, but that's a great ability, of course. Unfortunately, his Kanohi doesn't have a name. That kind of really sucks, but nonetheless, I have to say his Kanohi looks really nice there. I don't know about you guys, but I really like it. As mentioned, it kind of reminds me of Norik. I don't know why. It just reminds me of his mask, but that's just me. Except he doesn't have the big puffy big pieces that Norik does have. And by far, the weapon he utilizes the most, known as the Kordak Blaster. These things fire explosive mini rockets, same weapons exactly like the Tawamahari. They use the exact same weapon, and if you have seen the anime, you would have seen that they blasted each other, trying to shoot each other, and they're very powerful weapons. I have to say, I love the the fact that it's like a gun in a way. It's like a gun, and it's nice how they've kind of brought up those ideas instead of just using typical blades and fire swords, and you know what I mean. It's kind of similar with the Thornax launcher, kind of like that. So it's unique, it's great, but something I don't like is that it's dangly. It's held in by a circular pin with a pin axle, and that's why it kind of has that dangly type of look, though. It really is unfortunate it kind of comes like that, but the weapons work really nicely. So here you go, I'll just show you an example. Oh, why is it not working? Let's try that again. There we go. So I think it's like a relaunch. It doesn't work properly as much, Why is it not working? Oh, that really sucks. Oh, maybe because I'm holding it down. Let's try this again. Okay, let's try it at the camera then. Oh, it looks like literally only 2 of them work. Oh, that really sucks. Let's try. Come on, just work. Oh, there we go. Oh, you gotta push it really hard. Okay, well, seems like this one doesn't work then. Oh, it's not pushed in properly. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. It does work on and off. But at the end of the day, you get given 6 shots, and I guess you get given an extra 3 in the set. Well, that's why I've been given an extra 3. But I don't know. Pretty easy to, you know, reload just like this. You know, you just gotta slot them back in, and that's pretty much it, I think. Yeah. So just, yeah. I don't think I need to show you all of them, but there you go. Something like that. But it's a great weapon, though. So there you have it, guys. That is my review done. Last thing to mention is that I guess the color scheme, I wouldn't say it's bland. You know, there's black and silver going on. I love black and silver, and I can honestly say that would really suit Hydraxon, even with the name itself. I really like the color scheme. I don't know about you guys. That's me personally. The touch of red, I don't really understand the touch of red, but maybe they have to be red because it's a Kodak blaster. But other than that, it is a great set. It has a few big flaws and, I guess, faults, like the pin axles that are sticking out, and the fact that you have armor shells that are just wonky like this. But other than that, you can't really do much about it, and he doesn't really have much armor to him personally in comparison to the likes of G2 sets. I know that, you know, obviously G2 try to develop more and adding armor and things like that, but I don't know, with these sets you would expect just a bit more, you know, and it was unfortunate you didn't really get much of that. But anyway, that is pretty much it, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Makuta, have a great day, everyone. Don't forget to smash the thumbs up button, Makuta. And of course, as you all know, this is part of the competition, so you can see why I'm saying Makuta there. But anyway, guys, smash the thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, guys. So then you guys are all up to date with any new videos I do post out. I hope you guys have a great day. I'll be talking to you all very, very soon. Makuta. Makuta. Bye-bye.